Welcome to the Daily Grind, where we're going to be capstoning our series for this week about the woman with the alabaster box, with this thought that a broken offering still fills the room. In Mark chapter 14, verse 9, it says, "Wherever the gospel is preached, what she has done will also be told." When the jar broke, the fragrance filled the room. And notice, it did not just touch Jesus. It touched everyone that was present. And that's what happens when you and I pour out what's costly for Him. The aroma begins to reach further than we could ever imagine. That's why we still talk about this woman 2,000 years later. One act of surrender, one seemingly simple moment, maybe even forgettable in her day, somehow became a timeless testimony that has become the subject matter for books, sermons, studies, and songs. Here's the challenge today, and the final challenge for this week. Choose one thing. Could be big, could be small, but just carefully select one thing that you are going to pour out as an offering for God today. It might be a habit that you decide to release. It may be a gift that you choose to give. It may be a conversation you finally have in obedience. But whatever it is, commit to it, and then trust that the fragrance of what you have just given is going to go beyond what you will see. And understand that sometimes what you're sowing in this moment is not necessarily going to be evident to your eyes in this life. There's been many a person who's planted a tree under whose shade they never got to live. Your surrender is never going to be wasted. It always leaves a sweet aroma. Let's take a moment and pray. God, we thank you so much for the truth of your word, for the fact that you have shown us by example the things that we ought to do, the things that we ought to focus in on. Your word is rich, and every story, it's intentional. I pray that we would take to heart the woman's alabaster box, and that we would find the vessels in our lives that we've been capturing things in. Maybe things that we have to give up because they're not useful to us. Maybe things that we need to lay down so that you can refine them. Whatever those things may be, you know each one of us and you know our hearts. And I just pray entirely for every person who has been listening to the Daily Grind, that you would bless them with that sight, with that focus, to be able to figure out what you are calling them to give, and myself too. And that we would just gracefully release. We ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen. If you have been enjoying this series, then know that we continue to serve the Daily Grind every single day, Monday through Saturday. We'll pick up next week with a new series, and we look forward to you being a part of that. Please like, please subscribe, share it with a loved one, and encourage someone else. Thank you again for supporting the Daily Grind. We'll pick this up on Monday. God bless you.